Whoa, hello, welcome back to a brand new episode, man. Brand new episode. Appreciate it. You guys see the title and the thumbnail. This woman, Candace Owens, she doesn't stop. And I know what I'm gonna do every day now. Cause that woman don't stop with her unnecessary nonsense. She doesn't stop with the manipulation of people. She just don't stop. You know, she just came out with a new video with some text messages that she allegedly received from one of Charlie Kirk's friends who he was actually working with in his company, that Turning Point. And actually, the texts that she showed, which I'm going to show you guys in a couple of minutes, one of the people that Charlie Kirk was working with actually came out and confirmed that the text was actually real. But knowing Candace Owens and knowing the things that she say out of her mouth, a lot of the things that this woman say is not stuff that you could say basically is 100% accurate. Let's just put it like that. A lot of things that she talk about is conspiracy theory. A lot of her conversation, a lot of her topics is based on conspiracy theories. So whenever that woman talk, it's very, very rare. There is honesty within what she's saying. It's very rare there is honesty. I'm not saying completely everything she says lies, but what I'm saying is very rare there is honesty within the words that she's speaking, because she's creating stories around conspiracy theories. A lot of the things that woman says is not actually concrete, like it's not verified. A lot of the things that she be saying is not verified. She create content and she creates stories, but a lot of the stories that she create is not 100% verified by nobody but her. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how she is. She creates a lot of conspiracy theories. That's what she do. That's what she been doing. And she create conspiracy theories and she manipulate people's minds to believe what she's saying, when in reality is a complete opposite. So yeah, man, tonight, listen, guys, we're going to get into this Candace Owens lady again. Absolutely, dude. But listen, man, thank you guys for joining the live. I appreciate you, man. This is your boy, Lannie. Let's get this story on the road, man. Let's go. Yep. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for joining the live stream, whomever you might be, wherever you at in this world. Appreciate you guys taking the time to join the stream, man. Thank you very much. But yeah, guys, today I want to get on the topic of this woman, Candace Owens, once again, because she just came out with a video in regards to Mr. Charlie Kirk once again. On his unfortunate death. And this woman never stopped. Since this man was laid to rest, from the day that this man was unfortunately unalived, that woman has not stopped mentioning this gentleman's name. And everything that she hears, every statement and every words that comes out of her mouth she is 100%. I'm going to use allegedly because she has money and I don't want to get sued for this stuff, so I'm going to use allegedly a lot. So basically, majority of things that comes out this woman's mouth since Mr. Charlie Kirk's unfortunate passing is all directed towards Israel. It's all directed allegedly towards Israel having something to do with this gentleman's unaliving. Majority of the stories this woman is creating and majority of the conspiracy theories she's been speaking on from since this man passed away, unfortunately, her words and her message allegedly, I'm going to use allegedly, is directed to the government of Israel. So she came out with some videos stating that she has some text messages, and we're going to look into this stuff tonight with this woman. And I'm telling you, I could just create content about this woman every single day, and I think I'll do great, because I just want to figure out why she hates Israel so much, why she thinks that Israel have something to do with this gentleman Charlie Kirk's, why she allegedly thinks that Israel have something to do with the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. Why, why she keep creating stories around this gentleman's unaliving. She keep creating stories about Charlie Kirk's death, and always allegedly she tries to she do the best that she can to convince her audience allegedly that Israel, the country of Israel, have something to do with this man being unalived. I don't know if it's true, I don't know if it's false, but that's what she's about from since the day he has been taken away from the world, unfortunately. So yeah, we're gonna look into her videos and see what did, because this woman is, once again, she has lost her mind years ago, dude.
Proof of what I am saying. This is an actual group chat which happened 2 days before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. There were 9 people in total on this chat, including Charlie and Rob McCoy. I'm going to protect the names of the other 7 for now. To be clear, I might actually release a name every day this week, but I want to show you this because suffice it to say, Rob McCoy was on this text thread, and I think it helps contextualize him as a person, in my view, that he would attack me for telling the truth about the pressure that he was facing. Take a look. So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, ugh. Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. And somebody writes, a donor writes, please do not invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term. In my opinion, like all groups, you're going to get a wide variety of opinions. That nasty.
Nobody wants to invite Candace. And why you think that is? Why you think nobody that Charlie Kirk was associated with wanted to be involved with Candace Owens? Why? I remember my first video I made about this woman. There was somebody that was one of the big people, one of the big top guys in Turning Point. And if you don't know, Turning Point is the organization that Charlie Kirk started, and he has a lot of partnerships with people he was working with in Turning Point. So I could remember the gentleman that was actually running Turning Point did an interview on the PBD podcast, and he specifically came out and said that this woman Candace Owens relationship with Charlie Kirk, yes, they did have a friendship back in the days, but he cannot remember the last time that Charlie Kirk had actually said to him or mentioned that him and Candace Owens still has a good friendship. So that's what I don't really understand. How she after this man passed away, she has so much interest in what's going on, and why that everybody that he associated himself with want nothing to do with Candace Owens. That's the mystery. Why she's so cool, and she was so cool and so friendly with Charlie Kirk. Just understand what I'm trying to say. This woman is making videos after videos after videos talking about this man's life. And to me, it's just mind-blowing that when he was alive, Her friendship wasn't that close. They did have a friendship once upon a time. And for her to know so much information and talk about this gentleman every single day, why none of his peoples, why none of his friends, his business associates wanted absolutely nothing to do with her? If she claimed that she was so friendly and so close to Charlie Kirk, like, why none of his business associates, why none of the people he surrounded himself with wanted absolutely nothing to do with this woman? And every chance she gets, she disrespect the state of Israel. She did literally. Every chance she gets, she tried to paint a picture of how Israel is bad. I don't know why, but I'm going to try to figure it out. Is it because the people of Israel, is it because of the donors from Israel who used to fund her realize that she's a manipulator and they just stood away from her? Because Candace Owens is a master manipulator. This woman will say and do whatever it takes to get what she wants. So all I could think about, my theory is she was involved with some Jewish business people that they found out that she's a manipulator. They found out like she's a bad person and they pulled away from her. So now all of her vengeance, all of her anger is towards the state of Israel. And because Charlie Kirk had relationships with the people of Israel, now she's just trying her best to paint a picture to make Israel look like she's just trying to paint a picture allegedly to make Israel look like they have something to do with the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. In every one of this woman's videos since this man passed, she keep painting a picture, allegedly, trying to tie Israel and the people of Israel and the government of Israel to Charlie Kirk's unaliving. And she keep going on and on and on with the story. And one thing I have to say about this text is that this text message that she's reading, a gentleman from Turning Point right now made a video today. I think it was today or yesterday. He made a video stating that the text messages is authentic. Like the text messages is actually real, because a lot of people was trying to figure out if this woman faked those messages. Because Candace Owens, once again, she makes up a lot of conspiracy theory, and she's one of the several people that it doesn't have to be authentic. She would just still put it out there because she comes up with ridiculous conspiracy theories, and she tried to she has a lot of people that follows her that she actually convinced with the nonsense, with the BS. Listen to this lady. To me, it's just all BS she talks. All her nonsense conspiracy theories, all her nonsense about this, and she talks a lot of BS to me. But she has a lot of people that's faithful, that really look at her for news. That she has a lot of following, that people actually watch everything that she has to watch and listen to everything that she has to say. It's crazy to me. Just started looking at this woman, I could just know this woman is a master manipulator. She manipulates people's minds, she manipulates people's brains, and that's how she been doing for years. So for the only thing that I could think about, for her to have that type of animosity towards the government of Israel, is some way, somehow, my theory is like she was doing business with some big power Jewish people, and they found out who she really is, and they cut her off. And she just been salty since after that situation. She's a salty woman. You don't ever expect nothing better.
We will think that God bestowing on us makes life frustrating at times after the dust settles a bit, maybe. So again, this is 48 hours before Charlie was assassinated. He was very clear and he was very explicit, and he did not back down, not in that Hamptons meeting, which they're all lying about, nor in this text thread. I'm not going to reveal the names of the other 7. Actually, you know what? I disagree with myself 4 seconds ago. Let's just throw in Josh Hammer for funsies. He's on this chat, okay? So what are we to make of that? Okay, now that I'm showing you this and showing to you that the conversations were real, I want you to reflect, and it took me a lot of patience to allow the lies that were being woven and the misrepresentations of people that were pretending that I was just, high on lying about Charlie and the pressure he was under, the attacks that not just me, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly faced.
A lot of things you do say, Candace, you do make up a lot of your stories because you're a conspiracy theorist. You do make a lot of things up. This woman makes up a lot of her things. Like, she just makes stories up, real or false. Majority of the stories she makes up is false. And she comes out and make those false claims, and she expects people to believe that. Now it's because she got this text messages, and this text messages, and she's naming people that was involved in text messages. Okay. Someone came out today and verified that the messages was real, but they have no idea how she got it. So within the people who knew about it, somebody leaked the messages to Candace. It's the messages are real. The guy that actually worked with Charlie in Turning Point, he came out and he made a video stating that the messages are real. The text is real. But the whole fact that she's saying that because Charlie Kirk was not willing to work with people of Israel, he no longer want to work with people of Israel. That's the reason why. Allegedly, that's the reason why there was pressure in him. And she allegedly, in her mind, she's thinking that Israel is the government, the state of Israel is behind what happened to Charlie Kirk. And she keep going on and on and on about that. But this is the first time she actually have proof of something that she has been saying. But that still doesn't prove that the government of Israel has anything to do with Charlie Kirk's unaliving. It has nothing to, that doesn't prove nothing. Okay, they was talking in a text group about Charlie was talking to a couple other people in regards about the donors he been dealing with from Israel, and they no longer want to deal with him. They were okay. So there is a lot of donors that give people money to do certain things for certain cause, and if they feel like the money is going in vain, they're going to pull off. They're going to pull away. I don't see what's the big deal about that. So because Charlie was no longer aligning with the message they wanted to get out into society, they no longer wanted to work with him. They wanted to take the money and get away from him. I don't see nothing wrong with that. What does that have to? You think Charlie Kirk was so powerful to the state of Israel that you think the state of Israel really needed Charlie Kirk to spread the message about Israel? With the money the state of Israel have, with the money the government of Israel have, they could basically, you can never make another Charlie Kirk. Every one of us is unique in our own ways. But my whole point is, with all that money Israel have as a country, how easy it is for them to go out and recruit 3-4 young guys and teach them everything that they need to learn to go out and spread the word of Israel on social media, in the media in general. How hard is it for them to do that? It's not that complicated. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people who sit back and listen to Candace Owens, they don't think like that. Yes, Charlie Kirk was a unique person. Yes, he was a great person. He was a great person at what he was doing. He was great at what he was doing, 100%. You could never replace Charlie Kirk. You could never find another Charlie Kirk. But my whole thing is, she's saying allegedly, basically, I'm going to use allegedly, she's making the claims allegedly that because Charlie no longer wanted to work with Israel, that's the reason why he's allegedly was unalived. I don't see how you could make that case. There is too many people in this world, and Israel is a very wealthy country. It's too many people that's very educated, have a lot of knowledge in politics and business that Israel could go out and recruit just to spread the message similar, not the same message Charlie Kirk was spreading around the world, but similar messages. It's not that hard to teach people. It's not that hard for people to actually take a couple of classes and figure out exactly what role they need to play in society. That's all it is. a lot of people in this world, a lot of people in society, they're playing their role. You don't need to be on a movie set these days to play a role. There is people in the background that's willing to financially take care of you, to play the role, to play a part in their movie. Regardless, you don't see no big cameras around, no big lighting around, nobody saying cut, action. No, but there is people in this world, and just like how, I'm gonna use allegedly, Candace Owens was funded once upon a time, allegedly, by big donors, just as how Charlie Kirk was being funded, and Candace Owens got cut off because people allegedly figured out that she was a con artist. The people who were supporting her, the people who, and those are words that came from the gentleman's mouth that worked with Charlie Kirk in his organization. And that gentleman, you could go look it up right now. It's on the PBD podcast interview. One of the heads of Turning Point, which is the organization Charlie Kirk founded. You could go and look up that right now on YouTube, the PBD podcast with that gentleman. And he specifically was talking about the Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens relationship. And at one point in that interview, it was also mentioned that so many Jewish people helped Candace Owens to become who she currently is right now. And she turned her back on those people. You could go look this interview up. This is general knowledge. You could go right now, look up the PBD podcast on YouTube, and you will see that interview. One of the gentlemen that was on that interview, that was a part of that interview, specifically said, he mentioned over 3 Jewish gentlemen, 3 Jewish people that was actually supporting Candace when she was not as big as she is now. 3 Jewish people, I think he mentioned 3 or 4, but I'm going to just go with 3. That he mentioned, he said that they was all backing Candace 100%. And all of a sudden, they have no friendship no more. Why you think that is? That's the only thing I could think about. Like, why do you think people, after supporting you when you're down, if someone come to you and support you when you're down and, they help you come up and they help build you up, why all of a sudden there is no friendship no more? Why all of a sudden there is no relationship no more? It has to be, to me, because Candace Owens, for all I could see about this woman, she's a manipulator. She manipulates people. She will do and say whatever it takes to get whatever she wants out of anybody. That woman has no feelings. She has no care in her heart towards nobody. And if you think I'm lying, you're manipulated as well. She already got you manipulated. That woman has no type of care in her heart towards nobody. She will do and say whatever it takes to achieve her goals. She doesn't care about people being hurt. It doesn't matter. Once she achieves the goals that she set out to achieve. That's all. That's how she is. She's a master manipulator, dude. So all of her angry words towards the Jewish state and Jewish people, like, I think all of those things towards the Jewish government, it's all, she's just mad. She's just mad that nobody, a lot of people, not nobody, I'm not going to say nobody, but a lot of people in the higher ups they don't want to have nothing to do with her. She's making a good living doing what she's currently doing. She's making really good money. Still she's making a great living, but there's a lot of people, a lot of higher up people that no longer want to have a friendship with her, a business relationship with her, nothing. So that's eating at her every day. And she's just looking for ways to release her frustration. That's all she's doing. And she's just trying to team up with other people to be like, okay, let me paint a picture because of what happened to Charlie Kirk. And she knew Charlie Kirk was loved. He was loved by a lot of people. He was also hated by a lot of people. So her whole thing is, now let me spread this message to the people that love Charlie. To our president, Mr. Donald J. Trump, he loved Charlie. The vice president, they had really good friendship with Charlie Kirk. So he also had a lot of people who loved him, good people. He also had a lot of people who hated him. So her whole thing, trying to convince the people that loved him that allegedly Israel has something to do with his unaliving, which I think is completely nonsense. A lot of things that women say is nonsense, bro.
Tell the truth about what Charlie was actually going through. Why are you hearing it, though, from me and Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly? Isn't that weird? You got people that are hosting a show. Have they, in like one honorable thing, come out and said, like, you know what? F a couple of these donors who made his life a living hell over the last couple of weeks. Why haven't they done that? Also a rabbi in that chat, like, why hasn't anybody made that move to at least say, to vindicate what I have been saying about what he was going through? That registers to me as very suspicious. I'm going to frankly say that. It's suspicious to me. It makes me think that in the same way that Charlie was being pressured by money, that you might be now run by that same money, that those same donors might be running you. Charlie was done with the issue of bullying him.
Charlie is a grown man. He makes his own decisions. I don't understand that. How can donors, you could refuse to take any money from anybody. You could refuse to take money from donors who's allegedly, she said there was pressure in him. So basically, I'm going to use allegedly. She said that donors was pressuring Charlie Kirk to allegedly do what they wanted him to do. He's a grown man. He could have just simply say, no, I don't want your money. I don't want to be involved with this. I don't want to be involved with that. But he already started something that he was already too deep to get himself out of. This is the whole picture that this woman, Candace Owens, is trying to paint of the whole situation. I want you guys to really think about this. Her whole concept of Charlie Kirk's unaliving, everything that she said, I want you guys to listen, because she's painting the picture that this man, Charlie Kirk, was under so much pressure from the donors, from the people that was actually funding him to continue his message, to continue to spread his message in a positive way in regards to Israel. And this, I'm going to use allegedly, but this is the picture allegedly Candace Owens is trying to paint to the public. That Charlie Kirk allegedly was under a lot of pressure by his donors, by the people he'd been dealing with for years, for weeks, for months, for years, that he was dealing with and getting money from them, from his donors, was funding whatever he was doing. So the way she's speaking make me think, okay, so this man was in so deep with those people that at the point when he wanted to get out, he really couldn't, because she said there was pressure in him. So pressure to me is that, okay, this man was so deep to her. That's coming from her. I'm just listening to what this woman is saying. For Candace Owens to use pressure, she used that word, that he was being pressured by his donors. So for people to pressure you, you have to be very deep with people to pressure you. You have to be very deep in whatever you're doing with these people, whatever business relationship, whatever friendship you have. For you to be feeling like that you're under pressure, you have to be very deep and very involved with those people for months, weeks, years. You have to be actually involved. You have to be being involved with these people for them to come out and just pressure. Because my whole thing is, you could refuse a donor from giving anything to you. You could, if you're somebody that's in the media and someone come up to you and be like, okay, listen, I'm willing to fund you to keep, the words that you're speaking, the message that you're trying to get across. I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to fund that message. I'm willing to fund that message as much as I can to help you get those words, to help you get and spread the words that you're trying to spread. So now you're taking people's money left and right. That's how this stuff works. So it's easy. If you're not that into deep with people, it's easy to be like, listen, no, you know what? Thank you very much. But, I know what you guys represent. I don't want to really be involved in that. I'd rather go a different route. I'd rather actually figure things out a different way. I really don't want, I don't want to team up with you guys. And no disrespect. Thank you guys for the offer. Thank you guys for the $2-3 million offer to help me spread my message, to help me, keep going. But at the end of the day, I just don't feel the need, because I don't want to, I I know what I know what time it is with you guys. I know what your organization is about. And I know what my organization is about. The message I do want to spread. I want to spread the message, but I want to make it. I want to make sure the message is coming. I want to make sure the message is reaching people with a form of respect. I know how you guys are. I know that and I'm talking in regards to the people that's if you're getting anything from donors. Before a donor give you something, you're going to know exactly what type of people that you're dealing with. Because they're not going to just come offer you $2-3 million and not tell you exactly why they're giving you this money. Nobody's going to just gift you God. Yeah, God gives you everything. But nobody but God. You're not finding a human being on this planet that's going to just come up to you and give you $2 million to help you build your career without wanting something in return. And they're going to specifically tell you what's in for them, why the reason they're giving this to you. So if you choose to go along with people like that, that's your choice. So the way she's talking about the people of Israel, the government of Israel having something to do with the unaliving of this man, the only thing I could think about in this text messages, he said they want to pull away. They want to pull away and not give him $2 million per year no more. Okay, the donors no longer want to deal with you because they don't like what they don't want to deal with you no more. That's it. What else in that text message say that because they don't no longer want to fund Charlie Kirk, that means they want to hurt him? The FBI came out with the honest, true story of what really happened to this man. But yet you have people as Candace Owens is still coming up with nonsense conspiracy theories to just make people blind and manipulate people with her nonsense. The story that the FBI said, the government said, is the actual story what happened to this man. Why would the federal government have to lie about Charlie Kirk assassination? You have proof. She claims she has so much proof and this and this and okay. All she showed, and this is like her 9 video on Charlie Kirk. This is like from since this gentleman passed. This is like a 8-9 video she already made. At this point, to me, this is just all profit. You're just profiting off of this man because you had a friendship with him. You have a couple of videos with you guys dancing and singing. So now to you, it's all profit. Because you just have to show that, yeah, I had a friendship with him. We had a connection. We did business together. We was good friends. That's all you got to show. And she already proved that part of it. She already proved that she has a lot of picture with them together. She has a lot of videos, them dancing, hanging out. So she already proved that to society. She already proved that to the general public that she did had a friendship with Charlie Kirk. So now she could keep going on and on and on, profiting off this man. That's just how this lady is. She's a master manipulator, dude. Everything that she do is just for her. That woman don't care about nobody but herself, dude. I'm telling you. She's a manipulator. She will do and say whatever it takes to get whatever she wants in life. Whenever you're not doing what she feels like necessary for her benefit, she's just going to leave. If your relationship with Candace Owens is not benefiting her anymore, it's over. It was never a friendship from the beginning. It was all business. If you're no longer benefiting Candace Owens, the friendship eventually going to just fade away. She's just one of those type of people, dude. You could never trust manipulative people, bro.
That there was indeed a woman who was with the shooter in the footage that was captured by the houses nearby the area, and for whatever reason, the FBI has not yet released or even acknowledged that footage exists. This is absolutely huge, actually. I think this is the biggest thing that we have uncovered since the beginning of this investigation. I didn't want to come out and say that it was a fact that there was a woman with the shooter without any proof. We had no proof outside of this person, and what she was saying felt real to me, definitively, but I needed something more solid. Well, we came across something more solid. Take a listen.
If you count time, how long it took him to get from that little part over to here, was way longer than it should have been. So I wondered if the girl had given him stuff.
And this video is her trying to paint a picture for conspiracy theory nonsense. This is her right here, basically debunkering the FBI story of what really happened to the Charlie Kirk's the guy who assassinated him. So this is her trying to come up with a whole nonsense conspiracy theory. Or this guy had a girl with him, he had somebody with him, and this and this and this. Just listen to this woman and tell me you don't think this woman is out of her mind, dude.
There is an accomplice.
And it's said right here, that picture from Sam's across the street, he was right here.
So you see, she's talking about the shooter, and she says, I was wondering if the girl had given him stuff, and then somebody off camera says, you know, you're filming, and she says, I'm sorry that you're filming. It's very clear. There's no question at all. In fact, leading into that, which we should have maybe cut that a little bit earlier, they're speaking about how she thought the FBI had it wrong. The timing didn't make sense to her. She's saying, I wondered.
Did you hear that on that video? Listen. Did you hear anything as such as this people discussing about a bunch of bushes that how he got from there to there? Did you hear anybody said in that video that the FBI story is not true? She just makes things up. She runs the conspiracy theories in her brain, and she show a bullshit video talking about the people was trying to debunk the FBI story. Did you listen to it just like I listened to it? There was nobody in that video saying nothing about debunking the FBI story, about the FBI story is a lie. Nobody was saying none of that. She just creates her invisible stories because that's what she wants her audience to believe. So she could continue making more and more videos in regards to the same topic. That's all it is. That's a master manipulative move. She comes up with little videos like that, like the woman talking in the video, and then, oh, I didn't hear nobody in the background talking about, oh, you're recording. They'll obviously see somebody's recording. It doesn't take, unless you're blind, you can't see somebody's recording while they're talking. It makes no sense. This lady is out of her mind, dude. I'm telling you. She has lost her mind years ago, dude.
Accomplice. And then somebody says something, and she's like, sorry, I didn't realize you were filming. Okay. So we have the woman who was my source who said that the FBI cut the footage and she was certain of it. And now we have actually the woman who handed over her footage to the FBI saying, I wondered if that woman was an accomplice. Ladies and gentlemen, what the heck is going on? Who was the woman that was with the alleged shooter? Why wouldn't the FBI immediately release that? Now again, you should recall that the very next morning, on September the 11th, TMZ already had the doorbell cam footage, okay? So that means that the FBI already had the footage, right? They would have seen that there was a woman with the shooter, and yet they chose during this manhunt, during this 33-hour manhunt, not to inform the public that they were also looking for a woman who this lady believes, she wondered whether or not she would have been an accomplice, if that was his accomplice. What happened to this lady? Who is...
You honestly think that if there was such a video of this man with that woman, she keep bringing that up. Where's the video? Show the video. Or regardless, if there is such a video with the gentleman that assassinated Charlie Kirk, if he was with somebody, if he showed up at that event with somebody, it's not necessarily mean that the person who was with him had to know what his intentions was. And I'm pretty sure the FBI had to speak to that person. It doesn't have to be immediately a person of interest because she was with the guy. It was a function. Remember, this was a function for everybody to go to attend. So she could have just been a friend of this guy. She don't have to have knowledge about what his intentions are. He spoke to his boyfriend back at the property, whatever. That he didn't say a word to that woman who was his accomplice. He didn't say it's a possibility. He didn't say a word to that woman who he went to that that gathering with. So it's not necessarily she's his accomplice, but she was being an accomplice, meaning that you know about what is about to happen. That's what she's trying to allegedly say. She's trying to allegedly say that this woman was an accomplice of the man that assassinated Charlie Kirk. So meaning that being that woman knew exactly what this man's intentions was. I'm going to use allegedly. That's what the picture she's trying to paint. She's trying to paint the picture that the woman that was with this gentleman, the FBI should have named her a person of interest. When they found the guy or before they found him, it doesn't necessarily have to be this woman. I never seen no video, so I don't even know what she's talking about. This girl talks about a lot of BS. So until I see actual proof of a video, yes. But until then, to me, it's all BS. And if there is such a video out there, I'm pretty sure that woman would have been investigated and been spoken to by the FBI. The FBI is not a local police department. That's the federal government we're talking about. Anybody that was associated with that man in any way, shape, or form, I'm pretty sure there was question. Anybody was with that man that day, I'm pretty sure they had went to the FBI office and sat down and there was question. I'm pretty sure this man's family was questioned. And they wasn't even there. So she's just trying to paint a picture to basically dismiss the federal government's report on this gentleman's unaliving. Every single thing she said about the federal government to people is that they're lying. And her story is the truth. Her story that she's trying to paint, allegedly, that Israel has something to do with Charlie Kirk's unaliving. That's the picture this woman, Candace Owens, is trying to paint to the world. So she's doing the best she can to bring up nonsense claims that the FBI story is false. The federal government don't investigate stories as your local police department. I am pretty sure if there is such a video with a woman showing up at that function with that gentleman, I'm 100% sure when it comes to the federal government, they will question that woman and they will make sure exactly what really took place with that person. If there is such a video, with somebody showing up to that function with that man that assassinated Charlie Kirk, I'm pretty sure the FBI would have 100% investigate who that woman is or what she was about. She doesn't have to be an accomplice because she was with the guy. If there's such a video, she don't. It was a function for everybody to attend. You have friends. Everybody has a friend they trust to go to certain things with. It could just be a friend. She just wanted to go into the function. She has no idea what this guy is thinking. She has no idea what his intentions are. She just wanted to go like everybody else wanted to go. This guy just had his own intentions. So it's not necessarily mean that that woman is an accomplice. How? Why? If she was, I'm pretty sure she would have been behind bars as well. I'm pretty sure the FBI shake down everybody that had anything to do with this man. I'm 100% sure that the federal government, everybody got shaken down, including this dude's parents, including every family member that ever knew this guy. They got shaken down by the federal government, dude. This is not your neighborhood case. This case was investigated by the federal government. So her whole thing is to just paint a picture for everybody to think the FBI finding, the FBI statement and the FBI case against this gentleman is all false. And everything she's saying is real. She's just so gun-ho and trying to convince people that allegedly the country of Israel, the government of Israel, have something to do with Charlie Kirk unaliving. She's just so gun-ho and trying to paint that picture to people. She's just so gun-ho to try to make people to try to convince people that yes, Charlie Kirk was literally allegedly he was unalived by the government of Israel. They had something to do with it. They had something to do with it. And that's all because the people of Israel, the Jewish people of Israel that Candace Owens was once good buddy with, was good friends with, those people no longer want to have nothing to do with Candace Owens. So she's mad. That's all it is. The Jewish people that helped her the Jewish people that was behind her, that helped her, come from nothing to the way she's at right now, that helped her to bring her up. That was behind her, was the same donors the same donors that was supporting her. All of a sudden, they don't want to have nothing to do with her. Why is that? Even in the text messages that I showed you guys earlier, even in the text messages, when Charlie Kirk said, he wrote, I'm gonna invite Candace Owens. And they said no, hells no. They don't want that woman around. Why is that? It's common sense, dude. So that's why I honestly think that she's just so gun-ho on trying to find anything that can connect Israel to the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. But those BS text message, that doesn't prove nothing. Get some concrete evidence if you truly want people to believe your story and people to believe that Israel had something to do with this man being unalive. Get some concrete evidence. Don't come up with no texts or no conspiracy theories that's just in your head. She just comes up with those conspiracy theories in her head and she expects the public to go along with her nonsense.
The girl, the woman that was in this footage, guys. I don't know, what are your ideas here? Why would the FBI not tell us something so evidently crucial to this story? Breaking news. We have now confirmed that there was indeed a woman who was...
If that was something that the FBI would have to say, they would have been said it. They had press conferences in regards to this gentleman on being unalive. The FBI came out, had different press conferences in regards to Charlie Kirk. So you think if that woman, whomever, I don't know if that video exists, because Candace Owens says a lot of things that you cannot verify. She says a lot of things just comes out her mouth, like out of her mouth, comes out of her brain, that's just completely false. She's a conspiracy theorist. She just make up stories and she expects people to believe what she makes up. So I don't know if that video exists. I never seen the video. I never heard the FBI say anything about no woman being there. No. She just knows. She makes things up, dude. I will never trust a Candace Owens, dude. It's ridiculous, dude. I will never trust her. I don't know for all those years how she still is so popular. She is super popular, dude. This woman, and good for her, though. I'm not hating on Candace Owens. I don't want you guys to think that, I'm hating on this woman. No, I'm not. I don't hate on nobody. I just think that she's a manipulator. I just think that a lot of things that she spread into society, I just think a lot of things that she bring into the universe is negative. I just think that she's a negative person. That's all it is. I think she speak about a lot of things, and the majority of things that she speak on, it's very little truth in a lot of things that she say. It's very little truth because nobody could verify the stories that she be telling. She comes up with stories and comes up with content to bring into the universe, to put out here, and there is no way you could verify things that she's saying. But she comes out, I have a source. You have a source, you have a source. Okay, it's all BS. Anybody could say they have a source that gave them that information. That's how she keeps going, because she just comes up with conspiracy theory nonsense in her head, and the people that surrounds her, they just come up with nonsense, because everybody that deals with that woman is already under her. Already, she manipulates everybody she deals with. So it's not even a surprise that anybody who works with Candace Owens, they're gonna go along with whatever she comes up with. They're gonna go along with it and try to add to it. That's all it is. Because she's a master manipulator. She manipulates everybody that she comes around. That's just how she operates, dude. There's no way to verify anything that she say, because she makes she makes up a lot of these things. My source told me. I have a source that told, get out of here, dude. A lot of these things with BS, dude. I don't know if Israel has something to do with what happened to Charlie Kirk, but for what I could see, I don't think so. For all the evidence and for everything that the FBI said, okay, if the FBI is lying, if the United States government is lying about what really happened, give some concrete evidence. Every video you're making about this gentleman's unaliving, every video she comes out with, at the end of the video, I'm like, okay, let me see if she really have some solid evidence to connect the government of Israel to Charlie Kirk being unalived. And at the end of the video, nothing. Or tomorrow she's gonna have something different to tell. Now she's scared. Now this woman is out of her mind, dude.
I have no suicidal thoughts. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she feels the need, as she did a couple of days ago, to publicly clarify that she is not suicidal. She wrote, I am not suicidal, and I'm one of the happiest and healthiest people that you will meet. I have full faith in God, and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. As a sinner, I am only saved through his grace and mercy. With that said, if something happens to me, I ask you all to find out which foreign government or powerful people would take heinous actions to stop the information from coming out. Not only about this issue, but because of the truth that I have been speaking, the people understand what I am saying. Yes, we are the people, and we understand what you are saying.
I would never take my own life. I would never take my own life. Okay?
That's a whole campaign. Her whole campaign is to disrupt the government of Israel. That's her whole campaign. And I don't know who's behind her campaign. I don't know. And honestly, all I could think about the hate and disrespect that she have in her heart towards Israel, the only thing I could come up with is because the Jewish people that was dealing with Candace Owens no longer want to deal with her. That's the only thing I could come up with. For her to have all that animosity when at the beginning of her career, there was a couple of Jewish people that actually helped her, to all of a sudden just completely turn around, do a complete 360 turn, to now wanting to throw fire at the state of Israel. Like every and anybody that she finds out that have anything negative to say about Israel, immediately she takes it and build and create a story around it. Anybody in the media that has anything negative to say about Israel in any way, shape, or form, she takes what they're saying, regardless, once again, if it could be true or false, she just takes it and put her own negative spin onto it. Her whole campaign is to paint Israel as a very bad country, as a very bad government, as very bad people. And I'm going to use allegedly. But the things that she speaks about, the way she speaks about Israel, the way she speaks about Israel government, I think this woman's whole campaign is to literally convince people that Israel, the government of Israel, they're bad people. And to me, that's just spreading negativity. That's all she's doing, spreading negativity in the world, dude. Like, she's questioning why the United States support Israel. The United States has been supporting Israel for decades, and it's never going to stop. We need to start promoting more positivity, more positive things in this world. Like, to me, that's the reason why, like, I talk about Candace Owens, because to me, like, a lot of things that she spread in the universe is negative. She comes up with those conspiracy theories, and to me, it's like she's going way too far with those nonsense. It's okay. Like, sometimes people come up with different things, different concepts, and different ways. They're just thinking in their head. But to me, this woman, Candace Owens, she has gone way too far with her nonsense conspiracy theories. She went way too far with those things, and I don't think there is never a way to come back. When you keep going and going and going and going, you're looking for a response. And sometimes the response that you get, it's not going to be the one that you're expecting. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Like, she keep pushing the issue with Israel and they're bad people. The government are bad. They're corrupted. They're controlling the United States. Like, she keep going down that path. Yes, free speech, absolutely. Say how you feel in your heart. But I feel like you keep poking at the bear. You keep poking, looking for a reaction. I think eventually when the reaction comes, she's not going to be able to handle it. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel, because she's constantly going and painting pictures. She's constantly painting negative pictures in regards to Israel and the government of Israel. As much negativity as she can put into the world, into society in regards to Israel, she is willing and able and trying to do the best she can to promote and spread that Israel is bad. That's how I think. To me, that's looking at this woman and listening to things that she talks about. To me, that's what her whole campaign is about: to defeat the country of Israel, which you're never gonna do. You're never gonna do that. I don't care how much money you have. You're not that powerful, and nobody in this world is that powerful to honestly defeat another country as powerful as Israel, that has so much financial, backing as Israel. It's not that easy. You know what I mean? No matter how much negativity you could put into society, no matter how much negative things you could say about a country, about, like the government of a country, eventually gets played out. People is going to eventually be like, listen, I've been listening to this woman say this stuff for a year, 2 years, 3 years straight. And what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like, it's just after a while it gets played out. And when you keep poking at a bear, when you keep poking at something, keep poking at something, eventually, when that thing decides to stand up and poke back, you will not be expecting it. That's just how I look at stuff like that, dude. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But that's how normally it works in life.
Take my own life. I'm grateful to God for His grace in my life. I love my siblings. I have so many friends and people that love me and people that I want to see their children grow up. I'm hopeful that I get to have a wife and meet my own children one day. Like, there's a ton of things in my life that keep me alive and hopeful, right? I want to be able to have an impact in the world. Those are just a few of them, probably. So many just moments we've shared on this show that I'm like, oh, I live for those things.
I mean, it's ridiculous, but we do all have to say, if you have influence and you're speaking out against Israel, you do have to kind of make that statement. And so I join him in chorus in saying, I love my life, I love my children, I love my husband, my life is fantastic, I love all of you guys.
And that's the reason I said that about poking at something, because now she's saying that she had to come out and she actually claimed that she had she just did a life insurance policy. She just came out and made those claims, like, because she speaks out about Israel. Like, she's feeling that she has to live her life in fear now. Like, she has to be scared. But it's not about living your life in fear. It's that when you keep poking at something, when you know that if what you're saying, there is no evidence to really back up a lot of things that you're saying about an entire government of a country. A lot of the conspiracy theories this woman Candace Owens makes up in regards to Israel, she don't have no solid, concrete evidence of a lot of those conspiracy theories that she makes up. Like, to me, she's going too far. She's digging herself into a hole that I don't think eventually she's going to find her way back out of. it's once again, as I say, listen, it's okay once in a while, like you don't agree with something or you don't agree with somebody. It's okay, fine, you don't agree. But if you constantly keep provoking and saying as much as you can to that individual or to those individual, and on top of that, you're not just saying stuff on your own. Now you're looking to team up with other people, because she constantly mentions Tucker, she constantly mentioned Megan, and like she mentioned other people that also have certain thing negative to say about Israel. So she's basically trying to say, listen, I'm not by myself when I say those things. I have other people that actually is saying similar things to what I'm saying. But yet, why am I getting all the heat? Because yes, okay, Megyn Kelly, I did a video about her yesterday too. You go check that video out. Yes, she probably saying a couple of things about the government of Israel. Tucker is probably saying some stuff about the government of Israel as well. But that doesn't give you, it doesn't matter if I have people that I'm around, right? Just let me use this as an example. No matter if I have people that I'm around and they'll say like, oh, I don't like that person. Like somebody we have like a neutral friend. We have a neutral friend and, like I have my friends, but yeah, we have somebody else that's a neutral friend to us. But one day I'll just find out that my circle of friends don't like the specific individual that we all know. We all know that person together. But one day I'll find out like, oh, I don't like that person. I just found out that they don't, my entire crowd of people I hang out with, they don't like the specific person that we know. So you think I should, because a couple of people in my circle, in my friend group, don't like this individual, I should automatically don't like him and talk bad about him or wish bad upon him? No. Hells no. Without any type of proof of that individual that you told me that you don't like, tell me why you don't like this person and give me solid proof that, okay, why should I take my friendship away from somebody who have done nothing to me? So because you think that person is bad, show me and tell me why. You tell me the right things and you show me the reason why you think they're bad. So let me think about like, oh, you know what? This is serious. You have concrete proof. You're showing me something that I never seen from that person before. And you have all this stuff documented. So now when I know that, okay, you're telling me it's a reason why you don't want to be around this person. So now I can make this decision. Now I'm finding out all this negative stuff about this person that I never knew, but you knew it. Now it gives me the idea like, yeah, let me just stay away from this person. But the reason I bring that up is that she mentions Megyn Kelly, she mentions Tucker, and those are other people that speak politics. And her whole thing is, yes, they talk about Israel as well, they say things about Israel, but now she's claiming that she has to tell people stuff because she feels, based on everything she had to say about Israel, now she has to live in fear. Like just another manipulative way to just drag people into her nonsense. That's all it is. Oh, now I'm scared. After saying all of this stuff, I'm scared. I have to go get life insurance policy. I have to tell this person this, that person this. God forbid they don't see me. God forbid something happens. She's just a professional manipulator. She's a master at manipulating people. So with her making those statements, she drags people in. Oh my God. Candace Owens has to be scared. Candace Owens is probably right. They're trying to do so. Israel probably not even looking at this lady. The government of Israel probably don't even acknowledge this woman. The Jewish people that she used to deal with no longer acknowledge her. But she's such a professional manipulator. She drags people in with those type of statement. I have to put a life insurance policy. I have to do this. Like I'm fearful now going forward into my future. That's how manipulators operate. They say stuff to drag you in to get you hooked on the nonsense.
You're such a blessing and I would never take my own life. I have no suicidal thoughts, not since I was like 18 and an angsty teenager breaking up with a boyfriend that I thought
Man,
was
this
forever.
woman, we're gonna check one more video out of this woman. Call it a day. Seriously. What's another video I got about her right here?
Bibi Netanyahu is now
Listen to this. Listen to this.
hosting an on-camera meeting with American social media influencers to talk about how they are going to shape U.S. opinion. 'Cause I honestly, with my eyes, I was going, this can't be real. Like, they're not even hiding it anymore, right? It's like, first it was a conspiracy theory, now it's like, here's what we're gonna do.
So with Charlie's assassination and with the kind of trajectory that we see with like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, I guess I'm curious about what's another game plan if we lose evangelical support for the state of Israel? What's our backup plan to be strong, like outside the diaspora?
The woke Reich. And he said, I call it the woke Reich. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. We're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know, the weapons change over time. And the most important ones are on social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is class. TikTok. TikTok. Number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one? That's most important. X. That's very good. And, you know, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him.
Okay, so like we're allowed to say,
The Prime Minister is just simply saying, like, listen, he know the power of social media. He knows the power that social media brings. Because social media could make things happen overnight. So his whole statement when he was talking, it was just like, okay, to spread positivity about Israel as a country, social media will have to be platforms that could be used. And he also said it's a lot of money involved in those things. That's why I said it earlier in this video. I said, listen, if the government of Israel was working with Charlie Kirk, and Charlie at the point Charlie came a point in his life that he's no longer wanted to work with them. Israel have the financial need to go out. Once again, you could never ever get another Charlie Kirk. We are all unique people. We have our own unique ways to do things. We have our own way to operate. So you could never replace Charlie Kirk. You could never get a duplicate as Charlie Kirk. That's impossible. But with money, you can go out and find 5 people and train them and teach them what role that they need to play on social media, what role that they need to play in the media in general. And there is money backing. I'm telling you, it's easy to get done. It's easy. So I don't see why would Israel have anything to do with the unaliving of Charlie Kirk, because they have a lot of money. Israel as a country is very wealthy country. So I don't see the need to unalive anybody in the media, because all of a sudden they don't want to push your views into the world no more. That's, if you listen to Candace Owens, that's the point she's trying to make. That Charlie Kirk no longer wanted to push the views of Israel into the public no more. He wanted to stop pushing the Israel viewpoints to people. So to Candace Owens, allegedly, that's why the government had something to do with his unaliving, because he no longer wanted to work with them and push their views onto people. You can always go out and create 5 more people. It's very easy when money is involved to tell people, okay, you have to take 10 classes. You have to actually take 10 classes. This is the role we need you to play on social media. This is the role we need you to play in the media in general. We need you to constantly push our ideas. We need you to constantly push our religion. It's so many ways when you have money and influence in the world to get things like that done without having to do any violent act to anybody. That's my whole thing about this whole the whole unaliving of Charlie Kirk, that Candace Owens allegedly trying to paint the picture that Israel has something to do with this man's death. I'm saying allegedly because I don't want to get sued by this woman. She's a mad woman. So that's allegedly what she's trying to paint the picture, that Israel has something to do with it. To me, I can't. She cannot sell that to me. I will never buy that story. She could never manipulate my mind to believe that. Because why would Israel want to hurt anybody? Because they no longer want to push their cause into the world. Israel could go out and get 10 more people and train them to push their cause all over social media, all over the media. The prime minister was just simply saying, he was like, social media and the media in general is a way to push positivity about Israel. I don't know nothing about Israel. I'm not Jewish, I'm Catholic. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get a couple of people who are Jewish, who was born into the religion of Jew, who was born into the religion of Jewish, if you could go out and get 5 of those people who know exactly what the Jewish Bible is about, who know exactly what the Jewish religion is about, and you just coach them and tell them all they have to do is just push the positivity about the Jewish people into the world. How hard is that? That's not that complicated. And with money involved, with people actually getting paid, how hard is that? People are doing way less for money right now. So if you're some form of a Jewish person, if you're not even a Jew, if you're associating yourself with Jewish people, and they will come to you and say, listen, you have a large following in the media. I would like you to push our values and our views to your audience. I would like you to push, our way of life to your audience, and we will monthly give you a payment for you pushing our values out to the world. If now you don't like the Jewish values, if now you're a creator in the media and you say like, listen, I'm sorry, I don't know nothing about the Jewish religion. I don't know nothing about the Jewish people. I don't want to get involved. You have that option. You do have that option. But a lot of people now will take that, they will do it. So I'm just trying to say, I don't see the value, and I don't see the reason for Israel to get involved as a government, to get involved because Charlie Kirk no longer wanted to associate it with them and their message. In reality, Charlie Kirk was pushing their message out for years because he was getting funded by them. He was getting and in the text message that she played, it stated that he was getting funded $2 million per year by one Jewish donor, and he had several Jewish donors. So he was involved with the Jewish donors for a long period of time of his career. People are not giving you $2 million a year just because you're beautiful. No way. Probably somebody do it, but it's very rare that somebody will actually just give you $2 million because you look so handsome. No, that $2 million, you're told what's the reason for this $2 million we're going to give to you. We're giving this $2 million to your foundation, but you know the reason why we're doing this. This is business. We're doing this. We're donating this money to your company, to your cause. But you have to push out our values as Jewish people. You have to push out our values the Jewish religion. You have to push the positive things about Jewish people out into society. That's why we're giving you this money. I don't think if anybody will say, listen, I'm done, I don't want to do it no longer. Why? What is to gain by anybody in the Israel government? What is to gain with Charlie Kirk not being alive? For him, he's going to come out and say, in the text message, it clearly said Jewish donors, there was Jewish donors that no longer wanted to give him money. So what is there to gain? I don't get it. I don't get Candace Owens' logic about things that she say. I think it's all just manipulation that she's using to just brainwash people. That's just my opinion. You don't have to believe my opinion or not, but all I know for 100% fact that Candace Owens is a master manipulator. Candace Owens is one of those type of people, ladies and gentlemen. She's one of those type of people that is willing to do whatever it takes to get whatever she wants in life. She is willing to step over, trample over people, use people, abuse people. It doesn't matter. She's one of those type of individual, from what I could see, from her videos, from the way she speak. Like, she's one of those people that is willing to do and say whatever it takes to achieve her goals, no matter who get hurt, no matter what happened at the end. And those are people is very dangerous. People like that is very dangerous, because trust me, you could never call people like that a friend. There is never trust that you could place into people like that, when it's everything that they're doing is for the benefit of them. Every single thing that is getting done is for the benefit of them. That's it. You could never ever trust and associate with people like that, because in the long run, you're going to lose way more than you gain. It's a reason the Jewish people that was dealing with Candace Owens no longer is dealing with her. It's a reason. It's a reason why the Jewish people that helped her when she was down, that helped her to come up to be as successful as she are now. It's a reason those Jewish people that was funding her as well is no longer there around her. In the text message that she broadcasts from Charlie Kirk, that was talking in those text messages to other people, group chat, in those text messages, Charlie said, I would like to invite Candace Owens, and immediately they shut that down. Why you think nobody that Charlie Kirk was involved with wanted Candace Owens around? Because they know they figure out what type of person she really is. She's an opportunist. That woman is the type of woman that's, whatever is there for her to gain, she's going to gain it. Once there is nothing else left, she's going to go a different path. That's it. She's just there to benefit whatever she could benefit for herself. Is no love. With people like Candace Owens, there is no love. There is no, you're my friend. Is none of that. You can never trust people like that, because every single thing that they do with you is for the benefit of themselves. You might be sitting back thinking like, yeah, I'm also benefiting as well. But you probably thinking, yeah, I'm benefiting with my friend. In her mind, this is not friendship. Once the benefit part of this for me is over, once I'm not benefiting off of this no more, I'm done. That's how manipulative people operate. They have no type of feelings towards others. They're just manipulative people. That's it. Get whatever they can from anybody with no feelings. Get and take whatever they can for the benefit of themselves with no feelings at all. Once again, may God rest Charlie Kirk's. May God rest his soul. And it's very unfortunate what happened to the gentleman. And I'm going to continue to believe the story that the federal government, United States federal government, put out in the media. And for all on everything that I heard, I don't think that anybody should not believe that story. The story that Candace Owens and others are trying to put out into the world, I think is all conspiracy theories. And I think those are the type of things that keep us separated as human beings. Because you have people telling you this, people telling you that, and then you come to the point that you don't even know who to trust, you don't know who to listen to. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, the most important voice, the most important person that we all have to listen to is God. Just try to figure that out. You know what I mean? Like, the most important person, the most powerful person in this world And the only words that really matters is the words from God. So with me saying that is to say this. Treat people with the love, the kindness, the care, the loyalty, and the respect that you truly expect others to treat you with as well. Don't get yourself involved in anything that just based on money, that has no morals involved, that has no self-respect involved. Don't go out your way to just do things based on money, because eventually it will catch up. No matter how much money that someone might offer you, no matter how you're doing in life, no matter if you're in a bad situation in your life and someone come up to you with an offer that could instantly make you wealthy, that could instantly make you a financial situation way better. But what they're talking doesn't add up to your morals, to your self-respect, to the way you are. I'm telling you right now, stay humble and stay patient. And I promise you the right offer eventually is going to show up. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't never lose your morals for money, because that's one of the biggest mistakes people make every single day in this world. Because when you're down, a lot of people get up every single day and they hope and wish for materialistic stuff, not for things that they need. They don't protect. A lot of people don't wake up to protect the things that they need in life. Meaning that people don't wake up knowing how important it is to protect your eyesight. They will wake up thinking how important it is for them to go get a BS luxury bag. They will wake up thinking like, what can we do today to get a BS European car? Knowing that America makes beautiful cars. Tesla is a beautiful car. Chrysler is a beautiful car. The Lincolns are beautiful cars. America makes beautiful cars. Chevys, Fords. No, they're waking up thinking about what can we do to go get a BS European car. Those are the type of things that will make people go down the path to take money over their morals, to choose money over their morals, because they're constantly thinking about the materialistic things that they want, not they need, that they want. So they immediately will sell their soul to go get that European car, not knowing 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that is going to catch up to you. Whenever you do things that does not align with your core value in life, it always comes back to bite you in the butt sooner or later. And you could think I'm bugging out, but this is a fact. Whenever you do things in this world that does not align with who you are, it always comes back to bite you in the butt. It's very, very important to stand on your morals. It's not a good idea to ever, ever, ever get yourself in anything that will demoralize you as a human being. And money is one of the fastest ways to demoralize a human being. Yep, I said it. It's a fact, 100% fact. Money is the fastest way to demoralize a human being. I will say 85 to 90% of human beings on this planet is willing to do and say whatever it takes to make $1 million. The quick way, the easy way. I would say 85 to 90% of human beings are willing to do whatever it takes to make $1 million. To take that $1 million, to go out and spend it on things that actually makes no sense, that doesn't matter at all. not having the intention to take that $1 million to invest it to make 40 million. No, they will do whatever it takes to demoralize themselves for that money to go out and spend it on things that will never give them back anything in return. 85 to 90% of people are like that. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what's your religion. I don't care what, bro. I don't care what's your boy, girl. I don't care. 85 to 90% of human beings will demoralize themselves over money. You could look at the Charlie Kirk situation as Candace Owens put it. Like decades, she said he was being pressured by his donors. You don't never need to be around people that's pressuring you to be something you're not. You're going to lose all day. You don't never ever need to associate yourself with anybody that's going to pressure you to be something that you're completely not. That's something that you're against. You don't need to be around people like that. And if that was the case, coming from Candace Owens' mouth, it could all be a lie. It could all be a lie because she makes up those she makes up those conspiracy theories, stories in her head and just think that everybody should believe her BS stuff. You know, but may God rest Mr. Charlie Kirk's soul, man, and may God bless his family. You know what I mean? And when I first heard about this gentleman's unfortunate death, first thing I thought about, this guy has kids. And this guy actually lost his life for speaking what he truly believed in. You know, speaking his truth. People speaking their truth. You don't have to agree with somebody speaking their truth. People, you know, you don't listen. As human beings, we're not gonna agree on everything. You know, that's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, damn, dude, this guy is a father. He has little kids, bro. You know, like, dang, now his kids have to grow up without a pops. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is like the worst. You know, so that's all I was thinking about. These guy kids growing up without a pops now. Now they have to grow up with just a mother. You know what I mean? And eventually, who knows if the wife move on. And, you know, it's that's all I think about, dude. Like, this dude is a father, bro. You know, and he was unalive for words. But Candace Owens' intentions is to paint a picture. No, he wasn't unalive because of words. He was unalive because he no longer wanted to deal with Jewish people. Candace's story, if you listen to her words, I'm going to use allegedly. Candace's story allegedly wants to paint a picture that the government of Israel had something to do with the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. But once again, I'm going to go with the story that United States government announced that this man was unalived by someone that just did not like him based on what he was speaking about. That's it. I'm going to go on and continue believing that story. I don't think there is no other story. Candace Owens is trying to say there is another story, but she's a manipulator. She's a conspiracy theorist type of person. So she's saying those things to me is just a joke. And the people who do believe her, you're under her spell. She got you manipulated as well. Nothing that comes out that woman's mouth you could take for granted. Because a lot of things that she speak on is not something you could go and fact check. You can't. She has a source. she has a source that told her those things. Get out of here, bro. Anyway, man. Ladies and gentlemen, to Candace Owens, God bless you regardless. Don't think I'm hating. God bless you. Just be cautious of what you're doing to earn a living. Be cautious of the manipulative ways that you're doing and treating people. Because when you manipulate people's brains, that's not a good thing. When you're manipulating people to earn a living, you could be like, yeah, it's a free country. I could say whatever I want. If people choose to listen, they listen. Yes, you're right. If people choose to listen to you, but a lot of people listen and they get attached to stories. They get attached to people and what people are saying. regardless if the person that's saying it knows that it's not 100% true, but someone that you're speaking those words to will honestly think that everything that you're saying is 100% true, because you already got them manipulated. You already got their mind all twisted out. So everything that you say to them is 100% true. So that, to me, that's bad. That is terrible. But God bless Candace Owens. She's also a mother, and God bless her, and God bless her family as well. And I hope and wish her all the best. I don't think the government of Israel care about Candace Owens' words. So I don't think there is no need to live in fear. But I just think there comes a point that you have to stop poking the bear. Just think about that. I just think there's a point that you have to stop poking. Because then the people that you're poking, eventually if they poke back, it'll probably not be a good thing. So that's my whole words to Candace Owens and everybody else who is, involved in this type of stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, God bless you guys all out there. If you're in the United States, such as I am, God bless all and every of his kids within the United States. God bless our great Commander-in-Chief, our sitting president, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Salute to you and your family, sir. May God bless you and your family, sir. May God watch over you and your families. Every time you travel within the United States, every time you travel outside the United States. And that's our Commander-in-Chief, our sitting president of the United States, to Mr. Donald J. Trump and his family. Salute to all of Mr. Trump's family and himself. So all and every of God kids all around the world, ladies and gentlemen, may God bless you guys all. Once again, guys, always treat people the way you would like to be treated in this world. Never, ever go against your morals for money. Stick with your morals. Stick with it. No matter how hard it might seem sometimes, that instant millionaire stuff, hopefully you get it from the lotto, not from somebody else coming to you and trying to change you to be something that you're not. But because of this money, because of this load of money that you don't have, all of a sudden you're going to take that offer and become a complete different person just because of this money. Don't change who you are. Don't go against your morals for some money. Money is printed every single day. Keep fighting, keep working through it, and eventually the right offer eventually is going to show up at your doorstep. Just keep pushing. God is watching over us. God is going to guide us to accomplish the things that we see every single day that we are seeking to accomplish. God is watching every step that we make. Do the best you can to stay on track. Do the best you can to don't get stray. Don't lose your vision. Don't lose yourself because of any type of money. Because I promise you, it's going to come back and bite you in the butt when you least suspect. I'll catch you guys in the next stream, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for hanging out and for all the comments. Thank you guys for all the comments. I appreciate it, guys. I don't say nothing about it, but I'm reading the comments, But thank you guys for the comments, good or bad. I appreciate all the comments and just know where I'm coming from in life. This streams that I'm going to be doing is all based on creating a positive space. My whole thing is in this world, I want to bring people together. My whole intentions for doing this is to bring people together. There is a lot of people in the media that their intentions and they work every single day. They work very hard to keep us separated as God kids. So I want to do the best I can to promote God and to promote the importance of God and to promote the love that God has for us and to bring us together. No matter what is your religion, no matter who God and who you look up to, we all believe in a higher power. That's it. Let's just be respectful to each other's differences. Let's work together to make the world that we live in a better place. And the only how that's going to happen if we learn to be more respectful and more kind to each other's differences. We're not the same people. We're not the same, but we're all God kids. We have different way of speaking. We have different way of dressing. We have different ways of going about living our lives. But when we learn to be more respectful and more kind to each other's differences, And when we learn to work together, wise we're being kind and respectful to each other's differences, wise we're working together with all of those things, this world could be a great, beautiful, peaceful place for us all. But we have to learn to love and respect each other's differences and work together. Think about those words. God bless you guys. Thank you very, very